welcome. You're watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. Today, there seems to be a new flashpoint in the ongoing West Bengal elections, just as the state is preparing for a make or break. Phase 5. Today, the Election Commission imposed a 24-hour campaign ban on the Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee. Now, not only has the Trinamool Congress called this a black day for democracy, but in fact, Mamata Banerjee has now announced that beginning noon tomorrow, she is going to sit on a dharna against the Election Commission's order. Now, what is this ban for? Basically, the BJP had gone to the EC and complained against two statements that the Chief Minister had made in the course of her campaign. One, where she had appealed to Muslims, to minorities, to not divide their vote. And two, in two speeches where the Chief Minister had in fact accused the central forces of interfering, of hampering in independent voting, and had urged her voters, urged her supporters and followers to either ghair out the central forces or even attack them. But after this rap from the Election Commission, far from being chastised, the TMC has gone all out and has not only said that today is a day when democracy is dead, but has also dubbed the EC compromised.
This is a black day for Indian democracy. When you can't beat us, you ban us.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, joining us on the debate, Shatroopa, spokesperson of the BJP, will be joining us in just a bit, along with author Ratan Sharda. Tauseef Ahmed will also be with us in a bit, but right now we have Rashid Kidwai, senior journalist, along with Professor Manijit Mandal, member of the TMC. Rashid Kidwai, do you agree with the dharna that the Chief Minister has announced that she's going to be sitting on? It's a 24-hour ban, and it's not as if it's unprecedented. Several others across the political spectrum have faced a ban like this as well.
Padmaja, I would say this dharna is uncalled for. The Election Commission, if it acts upon any leader, it should also ban a kind of, media coverage also. There should be advisory. Having said that, I think this ban is absolutely one-sided. I'm not taking a political position here. Mr. Mandal can speak on that. But you see, the Election Commission has to act, in non-partisan manner. You cannot punish one party when others are, left scot-free. What we are seeing in Bengal, and I have documented it since 2019 and earlier, the Election Commission has got a, habit of punishing the opposition. Again, I'm clarifying again, I'm not taking a side of opposition. I'm saying anybody who's punished should not even be allowed to, get any, media exposure. Because ultimately this makes a mockery of this model code of conduct.
Okay,
Model
you're saying
code of
that it's
conduct
only...
is based on issue of propriety.
You're saying that it's only... Okay, you're saying it's only the opposition which is banned or punished. I want to just state a few instances beginning from 2019, where a 72-hour ban was put on Yogi Adityanath. A 48-hour ban was put on Menaka Gandhi. Then in the Delhi election, you had the whole bunch of Kapil Mishra, of Anurag Thakur. Each of them were also slapped with a campaigning ban.
Padmaja, that is what I said in the opening remark. This ban is actually, gives a tool to campaign. What did you? I'm very glad that you brought up that Yogi Adityanath thing. What did he do? He went from temple to, temple. It became, and the media was, 72 hours it went on. He got more mileage than he would have got otherwise. I am saying, what is the point, rationale, logic of, banning somebody from campaigning? And you see, like Mamata Banerjee, like
actually, if I may make a small clarification there, Yogi Adityanath, not only was he banned for 72 hours, he was also banned from making any comment to the media. So for 72 hours, actually, there was a full radio silence as far as Yogi Adityanath and Maneka Gandhi were concerned. They couldn't give any media interviews. They couldn't have any interaction. They couldn't speak to the press at all. And it's after the 72 hours were over that Yogi Adityanath went to Ayodhya, if I'm not mistaken, and he did a darshan over there. But Professor Manojit Mandal, you start by answering this. The EC has acted. It has acted against others in the past. Then what is this dharna tomorrow about? Other than possibly a proxy prachar. There's a campaign ban, so you sit on dharna.
No, first of all, definitely it's No, I'll answer your question. First of all, we are definitely calling it a black day in the democracy. The second one within a span of 2 days. First one was perpetrated by the CISF under the instruction of the Home Minister. I'm clearly, squarely blaming him. And this one again by the Election Commission of India, instructed again by the Home Minister. But we are also happy at the same time that our charges for the first few weeks remain completely vindicated. It is their stance completely proven. The EC has now exposed themselves. We are also laughing at this kind of decision. You ban her for a day, there will be thousands and hundreds and lakhs of Mamtas on the street tomorrow. There will be Banglar Mein everywhere tomorrow. And I want to know one thing from this very sort of erudite Election Commission of India. Whose religion minority is in this country? Whose religion minorities? If you don't know, then if you know, please elaborate me. This is a constitutional term clearly defined by a Supreme Court judgment. It's a huge Supreme Court judgment, Constitutional Bench Judgment 2003, Pi Foundation versus State of Karnataka and others, whereby religious minority is clearly defined. It does not merely denominate any religious minority. It also includes linguistic minorities. Even Hindus can be minority. Motuas can be part of minority. Brahmos are minority. Ramakrishna Mission people can also be part of this minority. Now the Election Commission, if they don't know what, they have definite definition of the minority beyond the Supreme Court order, then what can happen? I mean, we are clearly saying they're not just compromised.
I'm sorry, Professor Mandal, what are you saying? Just a second. So now you are arguing. So now you are arguing that when Mamata Banerjee, when the Chief Minister was appealing, and I quote, I am requesting my minority brothers and sisters with folded hands, don't divide the minority votes after listening to the shaitan. There are many Mir Jafars amidst us.
So
These Mir Jafars have gone. So you're talking about the Mir Jafars who belong to which minority community? Parsis.
Who said
So this is not a communal appeal. First you said she was talking to Hindus, now you're saying it's linguistic minority.
I mean, the problem is that you are a journalist, read the history. Read the history of the Battle of Plassey. Why Sirajuddin?
Sir, I read history. Just because you are a professor doesn't mean anyone else doesn't read history. Please, let's not be offensive. Let's not be offensive, sir. If you want to have a debate on Mir Jafar and the history of Bengal, we can have that debate also. Please don't get personal, Professor Mandal. Please do not get personal. I have a fair idea of history and I try and read as much as possible. Please. Okay. So you want to debate Mir Jafar? And what that reference to Mir Jafar really connotes?
No. Hang on, Miss Padmaja.
I am not silencing, sir. You are very, very audible and very, very vocal.
Election Commission of India, right? You are not Election Commission of India. Nobody.
Sir, trust me, anyone watching right now would agree on one thing, that you are anything but silent.
That is
right,
your problem. You trust me now.
I am looking at myself.
I am making
but
it
go
very
on.
important. I want to understand from the election. Look, again you have come in. What is your problem? You are budging this way. Is it very civilized way of budging in? When you invite a panelist to talk, is it a very civilized way of budging in? I ask you this. I am asking the Election Commission of India, what is a minority? Do they adhere to the definition given by the Supreme Court of India? It's a massive constitutional judgment. Or do they adhere to their own idea of minority? Can we ask this very simple question to this constitutional body? What is a minority in this country? Let them answer.
Are you done?
You can't answer, I know, because you have not read the judgment. Read the judgment, come back again.
Are you done, sir? Are you done? Are you done? Okay, Ratan Sharda. So when the Chief Minister said, I request to my minority brothers, she was referring to linguistic minorities, and the Election Commission who I assume also does not read Supreme Court judgments and history, like Professor Mandal is insinuating I don't, misunderstood the minority reference. So what is a minority?
Definitely.
Ratan Chand.
Yes, I mean,
What
see, one is the legalist definition,
in this country. Ask
which the
question.
TMC has never followed. You had done already, sir. You have spoken so much. You have been ranting for a long time. Can I just speak a little? See, what is today
Hey,
TMC's
nasty
many
man,
are
don't get
oh my
personal.
God.
Don't
They are
get
frothing
personal.
at their
Use proper
mouth,
word.
speaking about the
Use proper
legalist
word or
definition of
I'll get
minority.
it. Use
I
proper
am not
word.
being personal,
Use
my dear
proper
friend.
word.
I just
Ranting is
want you
not
to
a
give
good
me a
word.
face.
Okay.
Give me
This is
speaking
not
for
fair,
last 10
Professor
minutes.
Mandal. Professor Mandal, you have shouted at everyone and dubbed them uncivilized, unlettered, illiterate, but you can't heckle others now. You asked a question. What is a minority and why has the EC misunderstood? Now I'm forced to reduce your audio, sir, so that others can also get a word in sideways. Go on, Ratan Chanda.
See, one is that today suddenly TMC people have found legalist definition of what is a minority. I appreciate that sudden innovativeness. But when Mamta Didi was, supporting so many minorities, very innovative schemes, she never had any scheme for Hindus, no, nothing for Brahmo Samaj, nothing for Matuas. So this dog whistle is very strange. Everybody in politics knows what is minority. It is the biggest majority in India, next only to Hindus. But to keep calling the minority and crying on their shoulders to make votes is something that TMC tried, is failing this time. So that's why they're frothing at the mouth. There are more serious issues, not just minority. Mamta has been challenging the very federal structure of India for long. You have seen her behave when demonetization happened. She was shouting at CRPF Jawans who were patrolling the streets. When there was her favorite officer called for persecution, she sat on a dharna. Then she banned all the central agencies coming to Bengal. Not only that, she created a whole huge divisive terminology of outsider and insider. As a chief minister, constitutional guardian of a state, did it behove well for Mamta Banerjee as a chief minister to call her own citizens outsiders who are a minority? If she was supporting minority, why was she offending people from the so-called outsiders who have been for generations enriching the Bengal? So this entire game of creating distrust among people, dividing people on different fault lines, and then claiming that she's secular. Today, an inspector was killed when the call was made allegedly from the mosque heads. Nobody has spoken. It's her state. Because she has given
I will just quote, in fact, what you are doing, Professor Mandal, has been quoted by the Election Commission as well. Because the argument that you are advancing today is exactly what the Chief Minister also said in her reply to the EC. But today the EC says, Ms. Banerjee has selectively chosen parts of her speech and did not mention anything on the context of key parts of her speech. Leave that aside. What do you have to say about statements made by the Chief Minister where she said, and I quote, attack them, that is central forces, with ladles, spuds and knives. If CAPF creates disturbance, go and gherao them. Now today, are you going to say that the Election Commission has misunderstood the real meaning of attack them with knives and ladles and has misunderstood what gherao really means?
Knives. You said knives. You said knives, right? What read the Bangla? Read the Bangla. You can't read the Bangla statement.
Why did it say and knives?
Why did it say
don't go behind Bangla walls?
You said knives. Why did it say knives? First of all, gherao is a democratic way of protesting in this country, right?
So
right? If I am disturbed, I am not being allowed to exercise my democratic. Please stop this. Please stop this person. Please stop this person. Please stop this person, or I will not speak. Please stop this person. I will not speak, and I'll not speak. Please stop this person. You have to moderate this debate, Ms. Padmaja. You have to moderate this debate. You have to stop this person. You have to stop this person.
By challenging Election Commission.
You uncivilized man. You are such an uncivilized man. You are behaving an uncivilized man.
Okay, no.
I'm not
calling
you an uncivilized
Professor Mandal, it is not civilized to be name calling others. This is not a civilized debate, what you're doing.
Oh, it is very. No, it is very civilized to interrupt others on someone at very point. Is it democracy bad according to you?
But
Okay, Ratan Shada, let him have his say. Ratan Shada, let him have his say. Then others also need to come in. Let's try and have a civilized debate. At least on TV, let the debate be civilized. Because God knows everywhere else it is going to the dogs. But go on.
Yes.
Professor Mandal, go on. Yes.
Set the rules. Set the rules first. I listen to him patiently. He needs to listen to me patiently. That is civilized debate. First of all, when I was talking about CRPF being here out, if I'm being obstructed to do my duty, my constitutional duty, if they obstruct me, if only, you have got every right to protest with your cooking utensils, not with knives. छुरी का बात कभी नहीं हुआ, छोरा छुरी का बात नहीं हुआ.
Okay, so you're saying the election commission is misquoting you because, sir, let me quote to you point number 7, and this is a verbatim translation. You cannot challenge everything, sir. Let me quote to you what the election commission has said. Just a second. Point number 7. Whereas Ms. Banerjee in her reply has yet again conveniently left out key parts of her speech, perhaps due to selective amnesia, which is highlighted below and in bold. I know under whose instruction they beat up and how they beat up. It is your duty to save the life of the family of the people. If any of our mothers and sisters suffers a single stroke with the stick, attack them with ladles, spuds and knife. I am telling you, it is the right of women. Are you, Professor Manojit Mandal, saying that the EC is deliberately misinterpreting and misquoting the Chief Minister of West Bengal?
Yes, absolutely. Not
in Mamata Banerjee's speech in the transcript that the EC is quoting.
What is the translation of knife? Just, please stop shouting. I have called you out.
Okay.
Don't try to defend.
All right. So Shatrupa, essentially, since you are the only other Bengali on the panel, what Professor Mandal is now saying is that this is a clear mistranslation, misinterpretation and misquoting of Mamata Banerjee because everyone else is an ignoramus. There was no knives mentioned. Gherav is constitutional and knives is misquoted and mistranslated. Go on, Shatrupa.
Thank you, Padmaja. I'm having a lot of technical problems.
Go on, let Shatrupa tell you.
So I missed out a lot of these antics that Professor Mandal has been into, but I got a bit of it in the other channels. But yeah, he's been trying to give you a full-fledged lesson on dictionary. See, he won't even let me talk. He won't even let me talk. You've already done that, Manojit Mandal.
No, Professor Mandal, I will not allow you to heckle others, please. What the courtesy you demand, you have to extend to others. Please reduce his audio. Please reduce his audio. Go on, Shatrupa. The courtesy you demand, you have to extend to others. Go on, yes.
He obviously doesn't have the courtesy. Yes, Padmaja, it is the Election Commission of India is an independent organization and it has made its own independent observations on what we and the channels, everybody has seen very clearly when the Honorable Chief Minister
First, please clarify, did Mamata Banerjee in that speech mention knives or not? Because Professor Mandal says nobody knows Bengali, the EC doesn't know Bengali, she has been misquoted, quoted out of turn. She did not say attack them with ladles, spuds and knives. Also interesting, Professor Mandal only objects to knives because ladles and spuds and attacking the CAPF in general is okay. But knives is a problem. Go on, Shatrupa, yes.
What can I say? How can I mean, this is a direct, blatant statement made by the Honorable Chief Minister, heard by one and all. And if the Election Commission now wants to quote a portion and says that she says it, and if Manojit Mandal wants to scream his head off and bark up the wrong tree just because he is supporting a party which is going to no longer exist after 2nd of May, I am not going to waste my airtime trying and explaining whether there was a churi or not mentioned. Yes, knives means churi. Churi means knife. What do you want me to say? Manojit Mandal will not accept anything that I say. Hardly matters. All I'm trying to say is, this is so ridiculous. All I'm trying to say is that the Election Commission of India has made independent observations on the various aspects of the Honorable Chief Minister's speech, and not once. They are objecting to only one speech. Mamata Banerjee, you know very well, Padmaja, all your channels have shown, she has been repeatedly beseeching the minorities. She's been repeatedly saying that attack the CRPF. She has been repeatedly blaming the Honorable Prime Minister. She's been repeatedly abusing the Honorable Home Minister. She's been going berserk. She does not have anything to talk positive in the election campaign that she's doing, and she's constantly been blaming every Tom, Dick or Harry. In fact, These Tom, Dick,
And
and
let's
Harrys
face
in
it,
her
Tausif
opinion,
Ahmed, we
yes.
saw what happened barely
Yes.
hours after she had spoken
Absolutely.
in Cooch Behar. Look what
Absolutely.
happened in Sital Kuchi. See what
Yes.
happened in Uttar Dinajpur.
And
Words
she has
have
been
consequences.
knives.
You may as well have asked for an attack with knives, spuds. You may as well have asked for an attack with a wooden ladle. But people got
Again, you are
killed.
so shameless, Miss Joshi. I have to say this. You are so shameless.
Yes, no,
You are
Padmaja,
such a shameless
you are
person,
right.
Miss Joshi. You are still
Like
using
this
the
on
word
the
knife.
Padmaja,
Sir, really, you know, for somebody who gets offended at the slightest word, you know, I have to say, Professor Mandal, you are very offensive. You are very offensive and very disrespectful of other people. It doesn't behove you. You are a professor, sir. Why are you using such
You are
language?
not offending by lying.
People are silly, people are misquoting, they are shameless. This is not nice, sir. This is not nice, and please, I do not have conversations like this, so I'm forced to reduce your audio. Let's listen to Tausif Ahmed. Yes, Tausif Ahmed. Are you suggesting that what happened in Sital Kuchi should not be connected with what the kind of exhortation that was given?
I am saying that what happened in Sital Kuchi is directly connected to Sayantan Bose, BJP leader's public speech, when he said that he will instruct CRPF to shoot in the chest while West Bengal police will be locked inside their station. This is what BJP leader Sayantan Bose had said, and this is out in the public domain. That it has a direct connection with what happened in Sital Kuchi. Secondly, Dilip Ghosh, being BJP Bengal chief, is threatening, shamelessly threatening that this incident, whoever opposes BJP, the incident of Sital Kuchi will be repeated. So all fact is in front of you, all fact is in front of Election Commission, in front of everyone. But no action is being taken, either by Election Commission or by BJP senior leaders. They let us wake up to the fact that there is a language barrier
respond
with
to
BJP.
this. Sayantan Ghosh's specific words quoted. Now respond to this. How can you put the blame for the violence only at Mamata Banerjee's door? Shatrupa.
To me, yes. Thank you, Padmaja. Firstly, I am not very sure what exactly Sayantan has said, but if he has said anything offensive to what Tausif is saying, I am sure the Election Commission will take necessary action. But again, coming back to what the Honorable Chief Minister has been saying, not only one day, several days, repeatedly, over and over again, I think it is high time the Election Commission took some action. And all she has to face is a 24-hour ban. And I think from the BJP, I would like to tell her that she has had a hard day, a rather very hard time. For so many days, it's time she took some rest. Now, she doesn't want to take rest for 24 hours. She wants to sit in Dharna under the Gandhi statue, disturb the whole city, make sure lights get visible for everybody. And most importantly, Padmaja, he is, I think, very seriously practicing for her most favorite occupation, for being in the opposition. She loves being in the opposition. She opposes everything, everybody, including sometimes her own ministers like Dinesh Trivedi, if you remember. So now she's back to her favorite role. She's going to sit in Dharna. She's going to shout and scream. She's going to make everybody's life miserable. And well, I think she should thank the Election Commission of India for giving her this opportunity well before the 2nd of May. So she should get enough practice for that.
Okay. If you have a problem, by all means ask for a ban on Sayantan Bose and go to the Election Commission. What is a Dharna going to accomplish?
More than 160 complaints. More than 160 complaints is raised by Trinamool with the Election Commission. Show me one action taken by Election Commission. We all remember in 2019 what happened. There was a charge against Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, and clean chit was given by Election Commission with a dissenting note given by Ashok Lavasa, the then Election Commissioner. What happened to him? The dissenting note was given
Sir,
to him.
you will comment on all the times when action has not been taken. In 2019 itself, there were at least 7 BJP leaders who were acted against by this same Election Commission. Why do you forget that? You will selectively quote one episode where a clean chit was given, but you will not quote an episode where a film on the Prime Minister was stopped by this same Election Commission after there were complaints raised.
Ashok Lavasa was
have
hounded
selective
by
amnesia.
central
This is
agencies and
selective,
had to
Tawseef
leave.
Ahmed.
Had to
Selective
leave.
amnesia.
No, it's a fact. It's a fact which inconveniences BJP. BJP does not want to talk about this. BJP
No,
will
no,
only
we're
want to
talking.
talk
We're
about
talking.
the
Tell me what you want to
Barely
know.
2 weeks ago, Himanta Biswa
story that they come
Sarma
up with.
has been
Yeah,
banned
yeah,
from
yeah.
campaigning.
Yeah, we didn't.
Barely 2 weeks ago, Himanta Biswa Sarma, who is the lead campaigner for the BJP
Oh, you're talking
in Assam,
about Biswa
was stopped.
Sarma.
He should also sit on dharna.
His
No, we didn't
ban
do that
was
because
reduced
we don't want to
from
waste our
48
time doing
hours
that.
to 24 hours.
The election
Within
commission
few-
wants to take action.
Because he
They will.
What pressure
apologized.
was built upon
Because he
the election
apologized.
commission.
Because he apologized,
Election
sir.
Commission-
You want a ban to be
Election
revoked, you
Commission-
apologize.
And you say you won't do it
48
again.
hours
But then-
ban. No, 48 hours ban was reduced to 24 hours. God knows, and perhaps people knows for what kind of pressure was built upon election commission. You are
Can we
saying
come
that
back to
election
West
commission
Bengal?
is independent.
Okay,
Yes,
pressure
we
was
can
built
see
up on
how
the election commission.
independent election
Ratan Sharda. Now there are two specific instances that today the TMC has gone with to the election commission. One where they say Dilip Ghosh, where he has quoted, and I will quote what Dilip Ghosh said. He said that those naughty boys who think that they can get away are going to also face bullets. Rahul Sinha today has said 8 people should have been killed by central forces instead of 4 in Sitalkuchi. Why the central forces killed only 4? They should be given a show cause. Is it incumbent on the election commission to take action against both of these BJP leaders to restore the faith of people?
If there is a complaint, they should take cognizance, and what is the truth, then I would not support that anyway, whether the BJP, TMC, anybody. No leader has a right to incite violence. And my point is that election commission has taken action against every political party, every political leader across India for years. No leader has actually accused the election commission of playing footsie with the central government, with the opposition. This is only TMC, because TMC wants to create an environment of distrust in the constitutional bodies, the environment distrust with the entire political process, election commission, EVM, entire process. They have gone ahead and their own, they have gone ahead with CRPF. What happened is not the issue. Issue is that you are asking people to rebel against the central forces who are there to support election commission. They are not there to impose any rule on the TMC. So TMC thinks they have got a blank check to run an independent republic of TMC in Bengal and behave like they are West Bangladesh. Sorry, you are part of Indian Union and you are part of republic. You must respect constitution. As a ruling party, it's incumbent on you to follow constitution by letter and spirit, not about saying what about.
And more importantly, look at the sections, Rashid Kidwai, which the election commission says the chief minister has found to be in violation of. 123(3)(a) of Representation of People Act. What does this stand for? Promotion of or attempt to promote feelings of enmity or hatred between different classes of citizens of India. Section 186 of Indian Penal Code. Obstructing public servant in discharge of public functions. 189 of IPC. Threat of injury to public servant. 515 of IPC. Statements conducing to public mischief. Whoever publishes, makes or circulates any statement, rumor or report. This in itself, to be said of a sitting chief minister, isn't that really the black day for democracy? Rashid Kidwai. For a chief minister being found to be instigating violence against a government servant.
Exactly.
I think, Padmaja, that entire, idea of that moral code of conduct has become very obsolete, because the whole focus is on propriety. Whole purpose is on political decency, which no political party is observing. So, election commission is guilty of not being, uniform in their action. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of blame lies with the political parties, and that the way they conduct it. I think if we go by the spirit of moral code of conduct, no political party, I repeat, be it Trinamool or BJP, or for that matter left and Congress, would be allowed to campaign. The kind of poisonous campaign they unleash on voters is something that is not suited
No,
for
no, no,
parliamentary
no, that I don't
democracy.
agree.
The whole
Shatrupa
idea of
is
trying to
vehemently
defend-
disagreeing.
Listen,
I totally
you please,
disagree.
you have a right. You have a
No, no,
democratic.
Padmaja.
Padmaja, the fact that in today's discussion you see the election commission is being very strongly, stoutly being defended by a section of political class indicates the kind of politics we are having, and the opposition which is vehemently opposing it. So this is a very sorry state of affairs. I'm
Shatrupa.
sorry, but election commission
Yes, thank you,
cannot be
Padmaja.
defended.
You see,
Cannot
BJP
be
has never
defended.
really
I repeat
violated
that.
the
Why
norms
why
of
is BJP coming out
the
openly
norms
and
of
defending
civility,
it?
so to
Is
say.
he capable
And
of-
if at
is
all
he
some
umpire?
people think that there are some of our leaders who have done that, I am sure that the election commission will take adequate action. But consciously, none of our star campaigners, the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Home Minister, our Honorable National President, none of the leaders who come for the campaign, our state leaders, none of them have violated the norms of civility. Yes, there have been certain reactive comments, I agree. And if at all the Election Commission thinks that this is not correct, or this violates the MCC, the Model Code of Conduct,
Madam,
I am
Election
sure
Commission
the
doesn't
Election
need your
Commission will
support.
take necessary action.
Why are you
So
begging
it's
for
not
Election
it's not
Commission?
something that we should discuss here. Or I know our opinions, frankly, don't even matter. We are in the Model Code of Conduct. We've already crossed the 4th stage. We still have another 4 stages to go. And if at all somebody is going out of hand, like the Honorable Chief Minister did, I am sure, I have full faith in the Election Commission because I am part of the committee which interacts with the Election
Because
Commission.
Rashid Kidwai,
I know
yes,
how it
you are
functions.
right. Everyone makes their fair share of incendiary comments. But when the EC asks, can you really sit on dharna and start saying, oh, this is an election
That's
compromise, this is a black day for democracy, they are working on instances of the BJP?
Yeah, that is my point. That is exactly my point. That they have to realize that the Bharatiya Janata Party may be running.
No, let Mr. Kidwai respond. Let Mr. Kidwai respond. Please. Let him have a say. Yes.
This is an open license, Padmaja. I said this is an open license to campaign more, more and more. Then no one, expresses regret in that sense. So political class is very much aware. I said that whole MCC is based on that political parties would behave, would have civility, would have decency, would observe propriety. They are not doing it. And the fact that Election Commission is being defended so stoutly, so openly by a political party, this is a giveaway. What are we talking? This is not even a
Kidwai,
this thing.
this party has supported election
Okay,
commission.
why is the
when they
BJP
were
defending the
opposition.
election commission?
No, Mr. Kidwai.
It has its own officers.
Election commission
Why
has
is the
been
BJP defending the
defended by
election commission?
BJP
I mean,
even in
to be
opposition.
fair, that's unfair. So who will
That's not
defend?
fair.
The entire opposition attacks the election commission, and the CEC cannot come on TV and start defending
But
himself on a
understand
TV
that
debate. So
BJP has
somebody's got to stand
never
up for them.
opposed election commission even in opposition. No, Mr. Kidwai, you are being very unfair.
Should have fired more and more. Killed more people.
Mr. Kidwai, you are being very
It does not
unfair.
act. This is not modern.
No
for a-
BJP
for a
has ever
citizen.
opposed election commission whenever in opposition. It is just a question of propriety. Please give me example when BJP has thrown mud at election commission even when it was opposition. Show me one example from 2004 to 2014, even in the states where they were in opposition, whether they have ever made joke of election commission. Give me one example. So don't try to put everybody in the same level field by saying that defending election commission is wrong. That's not true.
Of course,
BJP has always
criticized
behaved very
election
responsibly in terms of election
Of course, BJP
commission
has criticized election commission.
Show me an
Mr.
example
Sharma,
where
of course
they
BJP has
offended
criticized
election commission. Show me where
But
they
now
said
you are not doing it.
agent of the
Now you are not
government.
doing it. Since 2014, you are not doing it.
They never oppose election commission. I am saying, give me an example for 2004
Mr.
to
Narayan
2014.
Advani
Forget
wrote
2014
so
onward.
many letters.
Give me one example, Mr.
Narayan
Kidwai.
Advani wrote so many letters. In 2009, he wrote it. What are
He
you
wrote
saying?
letter. He did not sit on dharna.
Then
You can
I'm
write
criticizing
letter.
election
You can
commission
oppose.
conduct.
You can't sit on
Criticizing
dharna.
election
You cannot
commission
call out for
conduct.
rebellion against the
Please
election
record.
commission and the central forces.
Don't try to
You have a
defend
right to
something
write
that cannot
letters.
be
You have a right to defend yourself. You have no
Listen,
right to create riotous
I am not
situation
taking
in the
sides.
state.
I am saying
Here
the
is the chief
election commission
minister
should be a
upholding the
very
constitution
capable body.
and
They have
protesting against the
legal
election
officers.
commission.
They
Sorry,
have,
Mr.
they have
Kidwai, today you are not being
entire
fair.
infrastructure. They are an umpire. They are not a team.
Okay.
If a team is supporting Javed Mirdad starts supporting Shakur Rada, you know what it means. Don't do that.
Okay.
You are going back.
So
then, are you going back?
Okay,
to a
so the
situation where
election
they-
commission's
when
behavior
India said
is
we need
partisan
committed
or
judiciary?
not.
Are you going to that time
I think
now?
I'll leave it to the wisdom of the viewers, but more importantly, the contents of what the chief minister said. Do you really think it's been misinterpreted? We've put it out there verbatim, but if we want to quibble on the usage of what she really meant when she addressed the minority vote, what she really meant when she said that use ladles and churis, I think you are the best judge. The voter is the best judge of all. On that note, thank you very much, all gentlemen and Shatrupa, for having joined me on Debate 1. And here's sincerely hoping we are halfway into the polling for the West Bengal elections. It was peaceful until phase 4. Let's just hope what happened in phase 4 is an aberration. It doesn't ever happen again.